what was the main surprise initially was the amount of energy that Stoke had. They were full of committed, industrious runners, and you'd think that after playing 90 minutes in the Europa League on Thursday, that might be an advantage Everton could exploit. Stoke might be feeling heavy legs, but it wasn't the case at all. They were well organised and supremely fit, without ever being spectacular. So that's what makes it more galling, I'd imagine, for Everton supporters, is that ultimately Everton were beaten by a fairly average team on the day.
Tony Pulis splashed out what was over 20 million in the summer. Do you think was this kind of investment the difference between the sides?
I think it was. I think it was there for all to see, the disparity in terms of just, let's say, alone centre forwards. Stoke started with Peter Crouch, £10 million player, up front with Jonathan Walters, and on the bench they had Kenwyne Jones and Ricardo Fuller, whereas Everton, by comparison, were without Louis Saha through injury. So started with Tolos Velios, who cost 250 grand from the Greek second division, and on the bench they had Dennis Strakoulersi, an on loan Argentinian who we're yet to see much of, and be dissuaded that he's much more than a journeyman who will head back to from whence he came. So there was a clear difference in terms of spending, and ultimately, there's a concern that will begin to show more often.
Just away from the Stoke game, looking ahead at other ties, is Tamworth at home in the FA Cup. Will that be seen as a plum draw or potential banana skin?
Well, you would have to think that it should represent a clear passage to the next round. Everton are notorious for being victims of giant killings in both cups. And you only have to think back to the likes of Oldham and Tranmere, and even more recently Reading, to think of Brentford. Unfortunately, the names trip off the tongue because there've been so many, but you would like to hope non-league Tamworth should be, like I say, an easy passage. And while I'm sure Tamworth will be delighted at having a relatively high-profile, glamorous tie for them that should generate some much-needed funds, for the Blues it should mean straightforward, easy win.
And finally, looking ahead to the next Premier League tie at Arsenal, can the Blues take a bit of confidence in heart from the recent away wins at Bolton and Fulham, and look ahead to that one?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be so much a case of taking confidence from wins at Bolton and Fulham, because obviously the Emirates and Arsenal are a different prospect. I fear that Everton have struggled to perform against the really top five, if you like, this season. Arsenal seem to have got the act in gear, and Robin van Persie scoring on left, right and centre. So it'll be a tall order. You would like to hope that Everton will have the likes of Jack Rodwell fully 100% fit and back in the side. They missed him. Louis Saha, you would like to think, will have overcome his thigh strain. And Royston Drenthe might be a timely addition too, when he recovers from his ankle knock, because he was missed, his sort of devilment and incision was missed on Sunday as well.